Hey guys, how you doing? This is Benjamin with Benjamin Exotics, and in this video today, we're going to be looking at 5 of the top reptile tools that any reptile keeper should have and will probably need in their reptile keeping experience. Now, some of these tools are more or less optional, but if you have this full set of tools in your arsenal, your reptile keeping experience will be so much easier and overall probably more beneficial for yourself. So, first thing I'll start out with, which isn't talked about too much, is right here, just your basic soldering iron. Doesn't really matter which one you get. I would suggest getting one that's just got a straight fixed tip, but you could do any one and you'd be basically fine. The reason we have, or you want to get something like this, is when you're dealing with reptiles, most of the time you're going to be either dealing with tubs themselves as the cage for the reptiles, or you're going to be making things for the reptiles that are going to require, plastic. And while you can use your little knife like this, to drill holes and stuff like that and to cut through plastic, most of the time this will not cut the job. It'll bust the side of the plastic. It'll, just not do the job as well as something like this will. This melts through plastic like hot butter, basically. And as you guys can see, like on this rack, it does perfect holes anytime. Like you can see the little hide in there with the hole cut out of it. It does just perfect for those. And anybody that's keeping reptiles that's working with any type of plastic is definitely going to want to have one of these for their reptile keeping experience. Second one is going to be tongs. Now, this is one that many people already have, but I would kind of recommend to stay away from the Reptile brand tongs, in my opinion. So the normal Reptile brand tongs, I can't find mine right now, but they're basically just squeeze tongs, so they don't have this gripping part on the end, and you just like squeeze them like normal tongs that you like pick like splinters out of or something. I don't know. They're not good. You squeeze them with your fingers, and they're just not accurate. They're not very strong. They're pretty resistant to rusting, but overall, I dropped so many rodents trying to use it. If you watch some of my videos trying to feed my ball pythons with those tongs, you drop the rodents, it's just not accurate, and they don't give you very good control. These are called hemostats. The good thing about these is that they come in all different sizes. I've got ones that are this big. I've also got ones that'll go across the whole table for really big snakes. So, or you can get like these 12-inch ones, which are probably the best. But as you can see, they're accurate, they're great. You use your hands like that to hold them, and then when you're done, lock them up, hang them on your wall wherever you want, or set them down, and you're good to go. I would recommend these over the other reptile tongs because they're just so much better, and they'll make your life so much easier if you get one of these. Third thing is honestly just a good knife or a good blade. This probably isn't thought about too much when you're keeping reptiles, but if your reptile gets stuck in something and you want to cut them out, you don't want to be using a kitchen knife that's just, a dull blade. Or if you're trying to make something for your reptile that isn't with plastic, you don't want to be using a dull blade. You want to have a very nice, accurate, sharp knife. And I have many different ones of these. And not only is this good for reptile keeping, of course, but it kind of goes across a bunch of different hobbies. And it's just great to have good blades like this. I've got a bunch of different ones. This is a Winchester from 2005, but just having a good, solid either fixed blade or folding blade to care for your reptiles is going to be the best option to go with. You just don't want to be using dull tools because, you're going to do a worse job if you're making anything, and if you're trying to help your reptile out, they're just not effective. So, after you have got yourself a good blade, another thing you might want to consider is looking for a reptile, hook like this. Now, if we're talking about just ball pythons and it's just something to deter them if they're, laying eggs or something like that, and you just don't want to really pick them up, you could just go out into the dollar store and they have like metal poles that they use for grabbers, and that's fine. And that would be a very cheap, good option. But if you have any snakes, or you're going out and looking for venomous snakes, of course, that are going to be more aggressive, and you are, not wanting to get bit, and you want to have something that you can pick the snake up and absorb them with, or just let them know that you're there, this is a great option. Doesn't have to be too big. This one's, I think, 30 inches. It's got a nice golf club grip, sort of, and then a nice, coated black tip, so it's not, poking your snake when you try to grab them. I use this for my red-tailed boa because he's an absolute, he's got a really bad attitude. But I don't ever use this for my ball pythons. But if you guys do have any snakes that are aggressive, or if you're ever going to look for aggressive snakes, I definitely recommend getting one of these. You might pick them up for like 20, 30 bucks, which can be pretty pricey. But you got to remember, if you get the nice quality ones, this is American-made, stainless steel, never going to rust, and these are going to last you a lifetime. Never going to have to buy another one. And then the last thing that is pretty... This is kind of cheating, combining two into one, but it's a good thermometer and a good temp gun. Now, I have a bunch of different thermometers, and while some people say that you should only have a temp gun and that thermometers are crap, and some people are the other way around and they say temp guns are bad and you should only have thermometers, I think it should go both ways. Let me explain. So, let's say you're incubating eggs, okay? You don't always be opening the tubs to go inside the eggs to see what temperature they are, and that's where your thermometers do great. You put the probe in there, you put this on the outside of your incubator, it tells you exactly what the temperature is in those eggs, and you don't have to open them to shoot with your little temp gun, which laser comes out. It'll tell you the temperature, which is 77 on this. So, that's where these come, best into play. And there's all kinds of different brands. I think this is like a fish brand. That's the one I use. Zilla also makes them, and then Exoterra makes them as well. These don't even have batteries, though, I don't think. Yeah, so there's a bunch of different brands that make the, thermometers, and as long as you get a good accurate one, you should be fine. And then this is a real lifesaver for anybody that's keeping reptiles and using heat pads especially. Thermometers are good. The only problem with them is that it normally takes a really long time for them to get to the proper temperature. Sometimes to get really accurate, you're talking about hours. Whereas with this, you will be within 1 to 2 degree accurate. Aim, shoot, hold down for a second, let go. And then you have your temperature. Aim over here, aim down, see the laser come out, shoot, let go. 77. 78. Warmer or cooler over here, so we're looking at just about 77, 79 we hit right there. And then if you move it really close, sometimes it'll throw the temperature off. But, when you guys are also thinking about using these, you also do have to remember, I kind of screwed, I got worried a little bit a few times with this. When you're aiming this, it's not the actual laser, of course, that's reading the thing. It's this right here, and the problem is because these aren't exactly lined up. If you shoot the laser right there, it's actually taking the temperature of the surface right below. So just keep that in mind if you are using one of these. But any brand that's good quality, not just your drugstore $5 one, should be pretty good. I know they sell some on Reptile Basics, and you can get those. I'm sure they work fine. But I just went to Lowe's or Home Depot, whatever. You can pick these up for like 25, 35 bucks. I got this one for 20 because they were on sale. And these are just amazing to have because, you see a tub, you see a temperature you want, you click down, aims, gives you temperature automatically. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. These are just a few tools that I have and that if you're keeping reptiles, you really should have. There's a few that are a little bit optional, like the hook and the good knife blade, but if you have all of these tools set up at your arsenal, ready to use, you should be prepared for anything that your reptile is going to throw at you. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to. And if you guys have any questions or other tools or, materials that I missed, please leave it down in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.